Hello, my neighbors! Welcome back to our channel. My name is Emelda Chinecherem, and I am a psychologist. Today, we are going to talk about an interesting topic. Something you might not find interesting, but it's actually interesting because it affects you. What are we talking about? That's mental health. If you're just joining us on this channel, please subscribe and turn on the notification button so that you can get our videos when we upload them, and also share our videos. Please share our videos to people who might need them. We're good to go. Okay, welcome back. What is mental health to you? When you hear the word mental health, what does it mean to you? What does it communicate to you? What do you think? What's the first thing that drops in your mind when you hear the phrase mental health? I want to know that in the comment section. Just comment below whatever you think about it, just write down in a comment. To me, mental health is actually your emotional, your social, and your psychological well-being, which affects the way you think, the way you feel, and the way you act, the way you respond to situations, your relationships, your work, your academic performances, and everything. In fact, mental health is a holistic, talks about everything about your actions, your feelings, and your thoughts. Why is mental health so important? Like, why do we talk about this subject? It's important because your mental health is as it's akin to your physical health. You can agree with me that if you're sick physically, most of the things that you are meant to do will be limited. If you're stressed, probably you have ulcer, for instance. There are so many foods you can't eat, okay, and even the way you behave, the things that are involved will affect the people that are taking care of you, people that are close to you. That's the same way mental health is. Just the same way that you have your physical health, you eat well to maintain your physical health, the same way that you have to exercise to maintain your physical well-being, the same way that you have to restrict yourself from certain activities in order not to get hurt. Like, you cannot fall from the top of a cliff. You can't just drop yourself down from the top of a cliff because you want to have fun. You know why? Because you don't want to have broken bones. That's the same way mental health is. There are certain things that you shouldn't do and you should do in order to maintain your mental health. Mental health is about your thoughts, your actions, your feelings. And your feelings always precede your action. Your thoughts always precede your actions. And your actions is what people see. For instance, if you're offended at work, maybe your boss is giving you so much work to do, your boss is maybe being bossy, too bossy, these bossy bosses. If you have, maybe you're not being appreciated for all your efforts, and maybe on a very good day that you worked yourself out, he comes in and he says you've not done anything, and he gets you offended. There is every tendency that if you don't know how to control your emotions, it's going to affect the way you will respond to the next person that comes close to you at that point in time that you are angry. Am I right? Like, if you can't control your anger, you're going to transfer aggression to the next person. It's not like it's the person that offended you, but somehow you are transferring because that is the way you feel at that point in time. Another thing that has to do with the thought domain is that if you think about somebody as ugly, for instance, you went to visit your neighbor that just had a baby and you think that baby is ugly, you would likely not pick up the baby, you would likely not carry the baby. That's the same way your thoughts affect your actions. You see, your mental health is very important because your function as a person and your relationship with your family, with your colleagues at work, even your function in your workplace, in your academic performance for students, is dependent on how healthy your mental health is. And the funny thing is that Mental health problems do not just originate, like it's not swift. You can't move from having a balanced mental health today to having a mental health problem tomorrow. It's not that swift. It starts gradually by not taking care of the things you should. Gradually, it builds up and it gets to the point where you begin to develop mental health problems. But I would say that's an exception because there are some that are genetic. But even the genetic ones have stressors, what we call triggers. There are things that trigger them. For instance, someone that has schizophrenia in their lineage, maybe in their gene, might trigger it through smoking, okay, through being exposed to psychoactive drugs or being in the wrong company. There are triggers, there are stressors that bring about these things, the manifestation of mental health problems, okay, that are genetic. So you don't just move swiftly from being normal to being abnormal. There are so many things that are involved. The way you feel, if you don't correct it on time, it might affect the way you act. And subsequently, they build up, they could lead to more serious mental health problems. Now that I've gotten to the part of mental health problems, do you know that in Nigeria, for instance, there are over 15 million people that are having mental health problems? That means that 1 in every 4 persons you meet outside there is mentally sick. You see why you need to take care of your mental health? Because you run the risk of becoming mentally abnormal if you don't take care of yourself. And you see why you also need to take care of the person close to you, because you don't know who is suffering. You know one funny thing about mental health problems is that it's not like physical health that you can see that the person is physically challenged. For instance, the person is weak. Physical manifestations of illness is like pain, and the person is screaming in pain and all. Mental health problem can be so deadly because you don't see them. They are within the person. And the fact that you don't see that doesn't mean that they are not hurt, that those persons are not going through some hurtful stages. They are. That is why you need to pay attention to everybody in your environment. Have you noticed anyone that is mentally unstable? For instance, somebody might have depression. You notice that your friends are beginning to withdraw. Pay attention to them. They might be having a problem. The way they used to express themselves and not the way they are now expressing themselves. They might be having a problem and we need your help. So you need to pay attention to every single person in your environment. There is no need to pay attention to people that are mentally unstable. Those persons are at the psychiatric hospital. Sometimes pay them a visit because they are part of humanity. Even though sometimes they are separated. I've had an experience where I went for one of my internships and I find that some mentally unstable persons were left unattended to. There were no relatives, no persons visiting them. Some of them were even without clothes, no normal meals and all. So that is the reason you need to take care of people in your environment. Take care of yourself first so you don't run the risk of having a mental health problem. Also take care of people in your environment. Pay attention to them, your friends, your neighbors, people you meet on a day-to-day, people you do business with. Pay attention to them. They might be having a problem that they are not even aware of. If you notice changes, be quick to help them. Also, treat people that have mental illnesses like they are humans like you. They are human beings like you. They are not aliens. They are not cursed. Just the same way everybody falls sick, everybody has the tendency of being mentally unstable. You don't know who might be in need of your help tomorrow, and you don't know if you're going to be in the situation tomorrow. That's not my prayer for you at all. But if you find someone with a mental health problem, be quick to help them. Don't forget to share this message about mental health, because I know that even in the high income countries, in the middle income countries, and even in the low income countries, not just in Nigeria or Africa, globally there is little awareness about mental health. People pay attention, even make budget for physical health, but almost nobody makes the budget for your mental health. Subsequently, we are going to talk about how to take care of your mental health. Until then, stay safe. See you. Bye.